Some dramatic moments caught on video at the Georgetown Oaks apartment complex on Sunday.
Body camera footage shows officers running up to that building as a trapped family begs for help. Two young girls under the age of 5, then jumping from the 3rd floor to officers' arms.
Come here, come here. Come on. Hey, come on. Okay.
Ooh. A lot to look at right there. The entire family rescued. Today, Chatham County firefighters walked WSAV's Jillian Coles through the complex, explaining how the fire spread.
She's joining us now live from the apartments with more on what she's learned.
Tina, Ben, Chatham County Fire Department officials say when they arrived here to the Georgetown Oaks apartment complex on Sunday, flames were bursting through the roof, and this side of the building behind me was very damaged and had already collapsed, making it very difficult for residents to give out. They say if they would have arrived 2 minutes later, they don't know that the outcome would have been the same.
I immediately established command and called in a second alarm because I knew we were going to need more people on the scene to contain it.
The call came in around 3:55 a.m. that Georgetown Oaks apartment complex was on fire. Within 2 minutes of the call, Chatham County Fire Department Safety Chief Joshua Anderson was the first fire official on the scene, directing crews to apartment units, helping residents trapped inside.
It's our job to be calm. That's what we're trained to do. So we just got to reiterate to them, like, hey, we're here. We're going to get you. Go in, get them, bring them out, and then the rest is the fire's still going, so we got to keep doing our jobs.
Anderson says a lady was screaming out a window. Advanced firefighter Christopher Carter grabbed the ladder, while Captain John William Farrell pulled 3 people out to their safety. Others in the community were also alerting their neighbors.
People were screaming to get out of the building. You know, the neighbors really started that alarm.
Officials say the fire was quickly spreading through the open attic that covers the entire building, pushing the fire from where it started all the way to the other end, ultimately damaging 22 of 24 units.
You can see that's where the heavy damage is at. It had already burned through the stairwells, so there was no escaping for people in this side of the occupancy.
All neighbors made it out safely, but now dozens are left without a home. Battalion Chief Mick Mayers, who took command when he got to the scene, says within 2 hours the fire was under control, but crews remained working through the afternoon.
They still had some rekindles. Some of the area was still on fire for the rest of the day, some hot spots. So the crews kept coming back out here. This was a difficult one to get streams into, especially after we had some collapses in the area. Getting into that and trying to make sure that that fire is out.
Now, this is an ongoing investigation led by the state fire marshal. You know, Chatham County Fire Department officials tell me that when a fire of this size occurs, the state fire marshal takes it over to dig even deeper. Those looking to support the victims in this time can find GoFundMe links as well as the Red Cross efforts on WSAV.com. Reporting in Georgetown, Jillian Coles, WSAV News 3. On your side.
Jillian, thank you. We turn now to the Lowcountry, where the RBC Heritage is taking center stage on Hilton Head Island.
It is the only annually recurring PGA Tour event in South Carolina, and it draws tens of thousands of people. WSAV's Andrew Davis joining us now live from Harbortown with more on all the excitement.
Well, to steal a phrase, it's a tradition unlike any other. But in this case, we're not talking about the Masters. We're talking about the RBC Heritage right here at Hilton Head. It is the Lowcountry's biggest event, and it seems to get bigger and better all year long and every year. This year, part of the big tradition, well, is a big bang. You heard it there, the traditional first tee shot and cannon blast from defending champion Justin Thomas right into the Calabogie Sound. It's part of a ceremony full of history and bagpipes as volunteers, Heritage Classic Foundation members and staff all came together to kick off this week of fun. The tournament has donated more than $62 million in its history to charity. Hilton Head Island Mayor Alan Perry says it's just part of what makes this tournament so special.
It's the world because it's an ability to take care of your community and give back in a bigger way. You know, that's what the foundation does. It provides to organizations so that they are successful. And you know, I've always said that Hilton Head Island is a place of philanthropic giving of time. And that really is what this tournament exemplifies.
Well, before the ceremony even started, the next generation of potential players and fans got their time on the course. It was dozens of Low Country Elementary School students got to witness both the opening ceremonies as well as stepping onto a golf course for the first time. We're talking about 30 students from Royal Live Oaks Charter School. They made the field trip to the golf tournament, marking it a first for the class and the chaperones. Majority of these students say they never really played or watched the sport, so they were just excited to learn about it. Some even said they hope to play it while they're here. They also wanted to get some autographs from the pros. The student's PE teacher is who successfully made this trip happen. He says he hopes this inspires those kids.
It's a great opportunity for them to, have for the rest of their lives to share on to their parents, their kids, their nieces, their nephews, their cousins, whoever it is. It's a great opportunity that maybe that next year they go. Or maybe, in a couple of years, maybe we'll see them on the greens playing. That'd be great.
Part of a very kid-friendly event. There's even a putt-putt course right off of the 10th green, so that's good news for everybody out there. Should be a lot of fun, as well as the kids' autograph zone. A lot of kids waiting to see who they can get on that one. This is just the beginning of a whole week long of coverage that we have. Joey Lamar will be back later in sports with more on the tournament itself, and of course we'll be back all day tomorrow right here from Harbortown with the latest. And don't forget WSAV.com, our digital team working hard to get you the sights and sounds and everything you want to see from out here. Andrew Davis, WSAV News 3 on your side.
Thank you, Andrew. We are gathering details after a school bus accident. It happened this afternoon along Ogeechee Road near Highway 204 intersection. It appears at least one other vehicle was involved. About 5 children were on the bus. EMS checked out everyone and no one was taken to the hospital. We will update you as we get more information.
The May primary election in Georgia is a little over a month away, and the Chatham County Elections Office is already preparing. WSAV's Isla Herschel spoke with them and has what you need to know before you vote.
Elections Day this year is May 19th, and early voting starts later this month. The deadline to register to vote is this coming Monday. The Chatham County Elections Office is gearing up for another election season. The first step to getting your voice heard is making sure you're registered. You can check that online, and if you do need to register, you have to have a valid driver's license or ID.
They can register through My Voter page, come into the office on the voter registration side, and it has to be done by 11:59 that Monday night.
Early voting begins on April 27th and will last for 3 weeks. Chatham County's Elections Director, Brooke Schreiner, is urging people to be prepared before going to their voting location. Be sure you're familiar with the candidates and the questions on the ballot.
I know the Republican has about 6 or 7 questions. The Democrats only have 2, but as poll workers, they are not allowed to explain anything. It's going to be up to the voters' interpretation.
Some of the big talkers of the upcoming election include a commissioner seat to replace Pat Farrell, 4 spots on the Board of Elections, and school board seats. Schreiner feels voting in local elections is just as important, even more than voting in federal elections.
It's more important to vote locally because they're the ones who determine your money, how your money is spent, the taxes and everything that comes out of your wallet.
For those who are interested in voting with an absentee ballot, those can be requested online. Those need to be returned by May 8th in order to be considered. In Chatham County, Isla Herschel, WSAV News 3, on your side.
And Georgia voters have some big decisions to make in the upcoming primary. That includes the race to be the state's next lieutenant governor. There are 7 candidates on the Republican side, including State Senator Greg Dolezal, who paid a visit to Savannah today. He's a businessman and has been representing Georgia's 27th district northeast of Atlanta since 2019. Today, WSAV's Ben Katko sat down with him to talk about the major issues he feels are facing the state. One thing he says he will push hard for if elected is tax reform.
We've got to balance the system in favor of the everyday Georgian. It's out of whack right now where these massive corporations, I already talked about the data centers, but let's talk about Hollywood film studios as well. Between those 2 entities alone, we're shipping $3 billion into the hands of these corporations. That represents 20% of our income tax. So you want to go from 5% to 4% tomorrow? Get rid of those 2.
We'll have the full interview on our website.
Meanwhile, we are helping you and make a decision in the Georgia gubernatorial race. Tomorrow at 7 p.m., we will be broadcasting a debate in Atlanta featuring the leading Democratic candidates for governor. This includes former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, and DeKalb County CEO Michael Thurman. I will be asking some of the questions at the debate. Again, this is tomorrow night at 7, and you can watch right here on WSAV or online at WSAV Plus. You can find more details at WSAV.com/yourlocalelection HQ.